Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cheesy Sasquatch. Kind of kicking things off with some of our first content with the new rebrand. Starting off in the college football world, I know we're still a couple months out of that season starting, but kind of a developing story over the past week or two here is kind of the feud between head coach of Alabama Crimson Tide, Nick Saban, head coach of Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher. Both know each other very well. Competitors work with each other, all that kind of stuff over the years. Kind of the dilemma and feud that's started over the past week or so is Texas A&M has locked up the number one recruiting class for this up and coming season. Usually Alabama, LSU, Clemson kind of dominate that. Texas A&M has kind of been in the conversation, and now I've moved into the number one spot this year. um, Nick Saban had some words to say about it about a week ago, saying that with the new NIL deals, Fisher basically paid all of his players to come there and give them the opportunity to have the number one recruiting class, which is kind of to be expected. I mean, some schools are going to take advantage of that, whether the ones at the top stay at the top, whether one like Texas A&M kind of who hasn't been at the top, at least not recently, moves their way up there with helps to be able to throw out millions of dollars to some of these kids on sponsorship deals to get them to come to play college football there. Um, so Nick Saban basically kind of threw out the first punch there, saying that the only way that Fisher was able to do this was because of NIL deals, not necessarily because Texas A&M is a school where people want to go play football. I mean, some of the ones that are out there, Michigan, Notre Dame, Ohio State, again, some of your SEC schools like Clemson, Alabama, are those ones that are known to have top recruiting classes. Um, and then just this week, Jimbo Fisher kind of, in response to what Nick Saban said, was that he doesn't see anything wrong with what he was doing, and that Nick Saban has kind of done some shady things over the years to get kids to come to his school and play football there. Um, so he's basically saying, take your eyes off of me, go look at Nick Saban, dig into his past, see what he's done to get players to come to Alabama. So it's kind of an interesting situation. I know in the NFL, there's been obviously some developing stories over the past year as well with John Gruden, Brian Flores down in Miami, the Washington football team with Schneider. Like there's a lot of stuff going on kind of behind the scenes that are starting to come to light. So it will be interesting in the college football world to see where this goes. If any other breaking news comes out, whether it's with Jimbo Fisher or Nick Saban, or maybe another team that kind of gets shown on them as well throughout this too. So I'm still kind of trying to digest it myself, figure out um, where the information takes us. Obviously, there's two sides to the story. Media might get you to lean one way versus another. So obviously, at this time, it's hard to tell which side's kind of in the wrong. Both sides might be in the wrong, but usually one way or another, one is more in the wrong than the other, which makes the other side a little more right. But it's kind of a lesser of two evils, it seems, in this case. So definitely curious to see what you guys think as well. If you guys know any more information, any more articles you want to throw at me, information about one side or the other, feel free to drop it in the comments. I definitely like to educate myself on these topics a lot more as well. And I'll definitely be covering this as more information comes out about it. So appreciate you guys listening. Again, if you enjoy the content, be sure to like the video. Again, drop comments about this particular instance, other things going on in the sports world you want me to talk about, favorite team, favorite players, all that kind of stuff. And make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. That is also appreciated so that you can stay up to date on any content I release. I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for tuning in.